My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Paddington 2. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I love the first Paddington movie. I think it is a perfect movie. So I remember seeing this movie in theaters back in 2018, and I went in with very high expectations, and this movie somehow still managed to exceed every single expectation. This movie is a cinematic masterpiece. It is one of the best sequels of all time. It is one of the best movies of all time. This movie is legitimately that good. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Ben Whishaw continues to do fantastic work. He just brings so much sincerity to this character, and I couldn't imagine anyone else voicing him. He is just that fantastic. Hugh Bonneville, I think, does a really great job as well. He brings plenty of personality to his character. Sally Hawkins is fantastic. She just brings a warmth to these movies, and she sells you on just how good and how caring this character is. But the standout performance in this movie is Hugh Grant. I am a big fan of him as an actor, and I think this is his best performance. I think he should have won an Oscar for his work here. He is just so entertaining, so charming, so funny, and he just brings so much personality to this character. He can also somehow manage to be menacing, and he just nailed every single thing he needed to. Masterful work. Brandon Gleeson, I think, is one of the most underrated actors, and he adds so much to this movie. You know, he's this tough, mean guy at first, but even he opens his heart up to Paddington, and by the end, he's a stand-up fella. Love seeing that, and he sells you on it. Jim Broadbent is barely in this movie, but he just stands out in his short screen time. He just has that presence to him. Madeline Harris, I think, continues to do a very good job here. Samuel Jocelyn is also very good, and Julia Waters is fantastic as well. So the entire cast is just fully delivering, like, so many incredible performances, and the story being told here is also incredible. This hidden treasure with clues hidden in this pop-up book. Paddington being framed for a crime he didn't commit. The Brown family trying to prove his innocence. Paddington bringing out the good in his fellow cellmates. Like, there is so much going on in this movie, and it's just all entertaining, and it all works. But I do think this is a screenplay that should be taught in film school. The amount of setup and payoff here is astounding. Like, every single thing comes back into play, whether it's for a narrative purpose or for the punchline of a joke. Everything comes back into play, and I can't fathom how they came up with it. Like, it is just so impressive, and I love how sincere and heartfelt this movie is. It is a movie that just believes in the good in everyone. And, like, sometimes I cry in movies because of how sad it is. But this is one of those rare movies Well, I cry due to how feel good it is, because of how happy it is, and the ending to this movie when Paddington is reunited with his Aunt Lucy. How can that not warm your heart? And on top of all of that, this movie is hilarious. The comedic delivery is always on point, and the writing is just so funny. Like, this is a laugh a minute movie. And then we get to the direction by Paul King, and this guy just fully excels. Once again, I'll describe him as Wes Anderson if his movies were entertaining and if they had emotion. He's just that good, and I think he is one of the best up and coming directors in Hollywood. Like, the attention to detail is just so impressive, but this movie is beautifully shot. The production design is top notch. The editing is fantastic. The blocking is great. Like, it's a work of art. It really is. I didn't mention this in my review for the first movie, but I'll mention it here. The CGI for Paddington is beyond impressive. Like, you always buy him as a character on screen, and I really like the music here by Dario Marinelli. It added some nice emotion, and it can really elevate some scenes. And like, there's just so many fantastic moments. That scene early on where Paddington is walking through the pop-up book is just so beautifully crafted, and it's so emotional, and it's just so impressive. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. And the climax to this movie is very exciting. Like, trains just make for great set pieces. Between this movie and The Lone Ranger and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, trains are exciting, and I love the climax to this movie. And I also love the mid-credit scene of Phoenix in jail doing his music number. It's just hilarious. So like, this movie just has so much to offer. The acting is top notch. Everyone is charming, everyone is funny, everyone is delivering. The direction is top notch. It's just a beautifully crafted movie in every single moment, in every single scene. And the writing is top notch. It is smart, it is funny, it is heartfelt. It just is a movie that works on every single level. It is one of the best movies ever made. It is a cinematic masterpiece, so I'm giving Paddington 2 a 9 out of 10. I talk about this all the time, but 2018 is a year that is a prime example of why the Oscars shouldn't be taken seriously. Movies like Walma and Green Book and Black Klansman and Vice got nominated for Best Picture, and who gives a shit about any of those movies anymore? Yet movies like this and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Mission Impossible Fallout and A Quiet Place and Avengers in Infinity War even were just completely shut out. Like, that is just baffling to me. It truly is. But Paddington 2, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,